You are sitting on the sofa, or maybe on the edge of the bed. The setting is common, every day. The sound of the TV in the background is just white noise, something you aren't even processing. Her phone is on the table, just a few centimeters from your hand. She went to take a shower, or maybe to get a glass of water. The screen lights up. A notification? A name you don't know, or worse, a name you know all too well, but that shouldn't be there at that hour. You were never the jealous type. You always believed in freedom, in partnership, in us against the world. But there is something in that glow of the screen that feels like a silent punch to your stomach. One part of your head tells you to ignore it, to respect privacy, not to be that guy. Another part, visceral and loud, has already smelled something burning. Your heart starts to race. The rhythm isn't one of excitement, it's of alert. You stretch out your arm, your fingers tremble a bit, you touch the screen, and then the world stops. The messages are there. Words that were never said to you, or that should be exclusively yours, now shared with a stranger. Photos, plans, promises. In the beginning, you don't feel anger, you feel an absurd cold, as if someone had opened a hole in the floor under your feet and you were falling in slow motion. You read it again and again, trying to find a logical interpretation, an inside joke, anything that saves the image of the woman you love, but the words are sharp. The betrayal isn't a blur, it's in high definition. She comes back to the room. The sound of her footsteps in the hallway, which used to be music, now sounds like the drum roll of an executioner. She smiles at you, that smile you always thought was your safe harbor. And in that second, you realize the biggest bizarreness of all. Her world remains intact, while yours has just imploded. You confront her. Your voice comes out strange, hoarse, as if it didn't belong to you. What is this? Her smile disappears. Her face transforms. First comes the shock, then the denial, and finally, the excuses that seem scripted. It's not what you're thinking. It was only once. I was confused. Each word that comes out of her mouth sounds like a distant echo. You look at her and, for the first time, you don't recognize the person in front of you. It's as if a mask had fallen and revealed a stranger who happens to wear your girlfriend's perfume. You leave the house. Or she leaves. It doesn't matter. What matters is the silence that comes after. You walk down the street and everything seems different. The city lights, which were vibrant before, now seem artificial and aggressive. You see couples walking hand in hand and feel a sudden urge to warn them, to scream that nothing is real. Paranoia, which you never knew, now becomes your shadow. You start to replay the last few months in your head. That day, she arrived late, that work trip, the phone that was always face down. Everything makes sense now. Each piece of the puzzle fits with a cruel precision. Hunger comes, but not for food. It's a hunger for answers. You want to know the why, the how, the when. Your mind creates scenarios, reconstructs dialogues, tortures you with details you don't even know exist. You can't eat. The smell of pizza or anything you like together now turns your stomach. The flavor of life has become bitter. But then the hours pass. The effect of the initial shock begins to transform into a heavy fatigue. You lie down, but sleep is a battlefield. Time, which used to fly when you were together, now seems to crawl. 10 minutes feel like a century of forced reflection. You think about everything you invested, the plans for the future, the house you wanted to have, the names of the children who weren't even born. All of it seems like trash now, shredded paper thrown to the wind. As the days go by, you notice something curious. The pain doesn't go away, but it stabilizes. You begin to notice that despite the hole in your chest, you are still breathing. The sun keeps rising. Your friends call, and you discover that almost all of them have been through this. Betrayal is a cursed club, but an extremely populous one. Someone tells you, relax. The first time hurts like this. It feels like you're going to die, but you don't. This sense of bitter clarity begins to emerge. You look at the relationship and notice the cracks you ignored before, out of convenience. You realize that love sometimes is a voluntary blindness. You begin to understand that the betrayal says much more about her character than about your value as a man. The paranoia diminishes. Your heart stops racing every time the phone beeps. The first time you are betrayed is a brutal rite of passage. It is the moment when your innocence about love is murdered and you are forced to rebuild your idea of trust from zero. Nothing in the world has changed out there. The streets are the same, the people are the same, but inside you, reality now has other colors. Colder perhaps, more cautious, but without a doubt, much more real. You look in the mirror and see someone who survived the end of the world. And, as incredible as it seems, you realize that life, even with this scar, still has a long and unpredictable path ahead.